Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Women Crushing It Wednesdays. I'm with my girl, Nika. How are you this evening, Nika?
I'm good. And you?
I'm doing well. Remy, our brother, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. So, we were trying to test our microphones, and can everybody hear us well? Nika, are we echoing? Can you hear us well?
Is this the? Let me take out my
Okay.
stuff now. It's starting to mess up the StreamYard. Okay.
Brandon, hello. Hola, D Styles. Can y'all hear us well? Is there echo? Is there static or anything? We're trying to fix that. You know, we can't have a show unless we have some issues. Okay, D Styles says we have an echo.
Yeah.
And I figured out that whenever I have my earbuds on, like my
Try the earbuds now, though, because I think when you start talking, we get the static.
Okay, let me try. I hope they're charged. Because I was
I
on.
have an echo. No, I have when I speak because she has her she's on her iPad, so that the sound comes out of her iPad. So she has to put a headphone in.
Yeah, and hold on.
D Style says buy some new earbuds.
Yeah, I just got these. I just got. Oh, I have battery. Let me see. Let me see if this is gonna work. Hello.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Is
Yeah.
that better? Are we? Okay.
It still sounds a little staticky. I don't know.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. They said. Mike and good. See, I don't hear anything. I hear no static, nothing at all.
Yeah, I only hear the static when you start talking.
Well, that's horrible. Stay ready, Boxing TV. Hello. So y'all hear static when I talk?
I do. I don't know. Maybe it's me.
Lee says you sound like you're at Yankee Stadium, while Christine's audio has pops and static. What the freak? Oh my gosh!
So wait, log out and log back in. Maybe that'll help.
Okay.
So it's this StreamYard be acting funny sometimes. Is these classic headphones are, they look weird on the camera, but they work. So yeah.
I don't care about looking weird. Is that better now? Oh, when I logged out, you were better. Lee said you're better now. Okay, I logged out and logged in. Is that better?
It's still staticky.
Damn. So is it more static with the earbuds or without?
Without is more staticky because you have the playback. So we're just gonna make it do what it do.
Okay, y'all are just gonna have to bear with us. Nika's good. Remy said Nika is good. Y'all just gonna have to bear with us. I just won't talk that much. Nika can take over the show. So because anyway, I do want to ask you, Nika. Nika has a versus coming up on Sunday. Tell us about that because you are going to be going against somebody that I know from Dallas. So talk about it.
Yeah. So his name is Mr. I'm on that bullshit again, which is IOTBA. And he is from Dallas, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of background on this dude. He was a big Spence fan, and I guess they had a little falling out, and he was like I want to say a fanatic. I'm gonna go as far as saying he was a fanatic. He would, he's Team Spence everything. His YouTube page is Spence everything, and then I guess Spence shunned him at one of the fights or something, and then he took it personally, and they fell out, and then he became Team Bud. Then it was fuck Spence this, fuck Spence that, Bud is the guy, Bud is this that, and then as of recently, he's become a Spence fan again. So I see him on Facebook, talking a lot of trash about Bud, and I'm just like, wait, this guy used to be a freaking
Oh
Spence
wait,
fan.
hold on, wait.
Yeah,
He was
that's how it
talking
started.
trash about Bud?
Yes, and and
Ooh, talk to
and
me.
his sister, because Bud's sister posted something on Twitter talking about like how all these fake YouTubers are like talking trash about Bud and blah blah blah. So he posted that tweet on his Facebook, and he made a YouTube video about it. So I'm just like, wait, you
Mm-mm.
used to be a Bud fan, so why why are you switching up like this? So we started going back and forth or whatever. And he's like, oh, you don't want to debate me and stuff, so be quiet. I'm like, I don't
Oh,
debate you because on the verses, I'm kind of like the moderator. I haven't been in the competition, so
right.
he was talking so much trash. I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and debate you. It'll just
Okay.
we'll go against each other since you really wanna you really wanna talk trash, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden now you're a Spence fan again. So what I'm gonna do? Oh, I'm not even gonna give my strategy, but
No,
he's
no, no. Don't give your
definitely
strategy.
I'm not.
No, no. Yeah.
But this is gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah,
on
yeah.
Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So you want to get some laughs because I'm ready to like bury him in the
Yeah,
dirt.
yeah. No, no,
So.
no. Trust me, I'm going to be tuned in. I am, and I hope everybody here is going to be tuned in. That's going to be good. Yes, we're going to share it. We're going to watch it. It's going to be good. I'm excited about that, most definitely. And which comes to the next topic. It's like everybody has a pound for pound list, top 10, whatever. I personally don't like pound for pound lists because it could change at any given style. I mean, any given time. Somebody can lose. Somebody that we thought was gonna win loses, and so on and so forth. And things change all the time. What do you think about pound for pound lists in the top 10? What do you think about those?
I mean, I'm not invested in those lists. I feel like those lists are just personal opinions because they don't
Mm-hmm.
really
Mm-hmm.
have a criteria that they follow for
Right.
everybody to be
Right.
on that list. So it's people's just personal opinion. So that's why I don't get like too invested in it, because I'm just like, that's your personal opinion on who you feel should
Absolutely.
be on there,
Yeah.
because it's not
Yeah.
following a specific strict guideline to be on that list. So I really it really irks me when people get mad at other people's like pound for
Oh
pound. It's like
yeah.
that's their personal list. Like that's who they feel should be on the list, and
Absolutely.
it's not really anything to argue about. So you gotta let it go. So yeah,
I
those
agree because it's
I
like,
stay out of
are
those
we going by
conversations.
the eye test? Are we going by knockouts? Are we going by, you do have to be unified champion? It's like, and some people are like, oh, and then we don't put certain weights in the top 10. I don't look at this weight or that weight. So yeah, it's definitely personal. That's why I don't get involved. I've seen some strong lists that I like, but I don't get involved in that either.
Yeah, no, and then some people, they feel like the list should be of people, which I thought this is the way the pound for pound list was was supposed to be done,
Yeah.
is that when everybody wins like a belt at a different weight class, like
Mhm.
like Bud
Mhm.
has
Mhm.
different weight classes that he won belts at. So that's what I thought pound for pound list was for. But if you ask another person, it's like different. So there's not one, nobody can agree on the one reason or like any rules to follow for this list. So it's pointless to argue about. Pointless
Right.
to
No,
argue about.
I agree. It's kind of like, to me, I don't like fantasy matchups. Like, oh, if Muhammad Ali fought Joshua Taylor, who would win? Okay, well, we'll never know. We'll never
Yeah,
know.
no.
So it's like you go back and forth arguing, and you have your points, and they have theirs, and you'll never know. So I'm not into fantasy matchups either. Some people really get off on fantasy matchups, but I don't. I don't at
I
all.
feel like people pull those out when there's nothing else to talk about. Like they'll be like,
Okay.
you know what?
Okay.
What do you if Crawford and Canelo were the same weight?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
that
like there's
too.
nothing else to talk about, so they bring up the fantasy fights. Yeah,
They're just grabbing stuff out of the air.
yeah.
No, it's true. It's true. And I'm just like, okay, we can go to ESPN, go to boxing scene, go to Twitter. You're gonna find some stuff to talk about. We don't have to make up these fantasy fights at all.
Exactly.
Last show we were talking about the fight that was coming up, Better Be Even and Joe Smith. Did that fight go the way you thought it was gonna go?
Um, wait. I knew I didn't think he was gonna get beat that fast. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that Smith was gonna give me a little bit more, but
Right, right.
once I heard the punches, like I literally heard the punches being landed on his head. Like, and I was
Mhm,
watching it on
mhm,
my iPad and I didn't even have it on
mhm.
loud. And I heard it. And I was just like, yeah, this is not gonna last too much longer. And he tried to hang in there, but he just couldn't. This guy was like, he was throwing punches with ill intent. Like you could hear the punches.
Oh yeah.
I did not have the volume up loud at all. I heard the punches and he just could not hang on. And I thought that he was gonna lose, but I didn't think it was gonna be that quick. And I just felt you could just see his game plan leave his body. Like
Yeah,
once
yeah.
he got hit, you could see whatever he had
He
planned just
crumbled.
yeah, it just went out the door and there was
Yeah.
nothing he could do. So yeah.
No, absolutely.
So
Hey,
what
Shay
did you
Unboxing.
did it
Yes,
go the
yes,
way you
yes.
thought it was
We're
gonna
gonna talk
go?
about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I
But that
did think
quick?
that the B was gonna stop him. No, you know what? I was predicting like the fourth round. Um, but I knew that it was gonna go that way, and then and I think we talked about this too. Something that kind of well, I don't know if I was talking to somebody the other day, and something that kind of like irks me a little bit is when people are like, oh, you know, Joel Smith is American, so I'm going for him. And I'm like, if you're a boxing head, if you're a boxing fanatic, it doesn't matter where somebody comes from. That's like saying, oh, because he's white, because he's black, because he's Jewish, because he's Catholic, because it's the same thing. So it's like if you're a boxing head, you love boxing, period, and you're gonna go for who you think is the best, technically sound, and talented boxer, in my opinion. So that made me even want to go for Better Be More when people say stuff like that. What do you think about that when people are like, oh, well, he's American, so I'm gonna go for him?
I think it's stupid. I feel like you should root for who you want to win or like who you feel is
Mm-hmm.
going to win because you know boxing. So you know some styles don't, styles make fights and you know that this person's
Yes.
going to lose. So I mean, you could have somebody that you're a fan of and then you want them to win because you're a fan of theirs and you want your
Sure.
guy to win. But in actuality, if you think about it, and you know boxing, do you think your man is going to win? Like you're cheering with your
Right.
heart, but not with your brain.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, you have this monster, and then you have your guy because he has green hair, and you're like, no, he's got green hair, so I'm gonna go for him. But you know, deep down inside, he's going to get knocked out. So you're gonna publicly say, like, no, I'm going for him just because he has green hair. He's my dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
it just
I
doesn't
really
make
thought that he was
sense.
gonna be he was gonna give me a little bit more. Um, but
Yeah, a little bit more.
I heard
I was
those
predicting for it,
punches
but
and I was just like, Smith, he
yeah.
oh, I don't know.
So the goat Mario P says you can be extremely biased and still be a real boxing fan. Okay, but you're a real boxing fan in your box, in
Mhm.
what your standards are, in your biased thinking. You're a real boxing fan in there, but you can't go outside of the box. So bye.
But I didn't say you're not a real boxing fan. What I'm saying is like if you're being biased, are you really giving the real breakdown of how the fight's gonna go?
Right, right,
Because you're
right.
being
Exactly.
biased and you want your guy to win, but is that really the way this shit's gonna go down? That's what I meant.
Right. Yeah. Use your boxing brain, Maestro. What's up? Good to see
So
you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like I said, I do. He was going to stop him, but I didn't think it was going to be that soon. But so Fulton fought recently. Was it last weekend? Or the weekend
I
before?
think it's like
I'm sorry.
2 weeks
Two
ago. I
weeks ago.
think
2 weeks ago,
yeah.
and now people are like, okay, so and then MJ fought what the not too long ago as well, and now people are like saying, okay, that matchup, who's going to win in that matchup? um What do you think? Before I say what I think, what do you think about that? And I mean, why are people talking about that matchup?
Well, I thought I saw a lot of people talking about Fulton and Inoue, if I'm not mistaken.
That too. Yes, that
Yes,
too.
I heard that more than the actual MJ fight. So
Hey, Red.
hey Red.
Yeah, yeah. See, I've been hearing both. I've been hearing both. Um,
Well, because
and
Inoue did win his last fight, like, pretty convincingly. So
yeah,
that would be a really good matchup. I'd rather, I don't know. They both would be good fights, but maybe people were talking about the Inoue fight with Fulton because he had just won the fight with I guess Mamito.
I think that if it comes to Inoue, I think that he's going to beat Fulton. I'm going to say it right now. Like I think that he would beat Fulton.
See,
I
are you saying that as being biased, or is that your boxing
No,
knowledge assessment?
because I'm not Asian and he's not American. So I'm using my boxing
Sing
brain.
brain.
I I just feel like that he has enough gas in his tank. I mean, we saw whenever Fulton fought Figueroa, he gassed out. He was against the ropes. I mean, I would have said it was a draw. I would have been happy with a draw. Um, but I thought Figueroa won, but I would have been happy with a draw. I just saw that he gassed out, and anyway, he's not going to gas out. And then when I started thinking about he against MJ is very strong and he's a beast and he comes forward, but I think Fulton has more skills. So again, as long as, well, no, Fulton could win against MJ if he doesn't run out of gas. That's what I saw,
Does he need the strength?
but
Does
I
he
don't know.
need our guy Rob Acosta
Yes, he
as a
needs our
strength and
guy Rob
conditioning coach?
Acosta. Yes.
Just to like
Yes, he does.
sharpen those tools to not maybe gas out so much.
Absolutely. So see, Monzo, I said, who, in a way, however you want to say it,
You know,
would win. In a way, who,
you
uh,
know.
would be Fulton. That's me.
I
Um,
from what I saw in the Nita fight, I'm gonna go with Inoue as well. Um,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna be a good one.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a toss up,
He
but
even looked
I'm
better. He
leaning
looked better
towards.
in that fight than he did in the fight before that. It's like his camp and in his mind, his brain must have been just like amped up. Like he look it like from his last fight to this one, it was like he had 3 fights in between and improved. He looked
Yeah.
really, really good. Lee Grove says Figueroa won the stats battle, but the judges probably were more impressed with Fulton's cleaner, accurate, easier to see counter over Figueroa's ring generalship and body work. I can see what you're saying. I can. And then we don't ever know sometimes. It's like, sometimes we're like, what are the judges looking at? I mean, are they looking at the ring generalship? Are they looking at the clean punches? Or are they looking at the guy that's aggressive and going
Maybe they're looking on
forward?
Twitter.
And
Sometimes they're looking on
yeah,
Twitter.
well, that
I don't
too.
really think they
Yeah,
can
I
ever
mean,
be
that
paying
too.
attention to the
Right?
fights.
They're like, hold on. How do I
Let me
judge
see
this
what
round?
Twitter.
Hold
Let me
on.
see what
Wait.
Twitter's
Oh,
saying.
okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I believe that.
Checking those
No one
hashtags,
is
the fight hashtags, and see what Twitter has everybody saying, and then
exactly.
they always rule against
Exactly.
Twitter.
I can believe that. Nisa, you're right. No one in his division is beating him. No one moving up to beat him. I agree. I agree with that. Um, so we have a big fight this weekend in my town of Texas, even though I'm in Colorado right now, in San Antonio, Bam Rodriguez. Okay, so Rung Vasai, but his real name is like Wasakski Wongik, you know. Um, the guy, he's older, but he's freaking tough as balls.
He's
He,
a
I mean,
veteran. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, he stopped Chocolatito twice. What do you think? How is this fight going to go in your mind?
I mean, a veteran always has, tricks in the bag. So I think this is really going to be a hard fight for Bam. I can't even tell you who's going to win that fight, to be honest. But
Yeah, that is a tough fight. And I love Bam. Like, I've known his family since they were in the amateurs really young. I probably told this story before. Bam gave my son, who's now 17, when he was like 8 years old, his old boxing shoes, um and my son still has them. It was just, they're such a great family. His last fight, I mean, he looked beautiful. But I just felt like, oh, I almost cringed, like, at the punishment that he took. Even though he won and he did beautifully, I just think that
he
this
takes a lot
fight,
just to
yes, 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 yeah, exactly. He takes it to give it, and
yeah.
and he obviously has heart. He has the cojones that a lot of Mexican fighters have. Um, but I do believe that he can win. I do believe that he can box a little bit more, and I do believe he could beat him. I just worry about the exchanges and him taking um, punishment, so much punishment.
Mm.
Um, so I
Yeah, I
don't
don't like to see.
know.
I hate to see fighters take like so much punishment just to get off their licks.
Yeah,
You gotta have a little bit
yeah,
more better defense than that. I'm just
yeah,
speaking as a fan. I'm
exactly.
not speaking as an expert. Or a veteran in
Yeah.
the ring. I'm just saying, like, there's got to be a better way for him to get his punches off without
Hmm.
taking so much punishment. So,
Yeah,
um,
no, I agree. But his coach, uh, is more of offensive coach than a defensive coach, in my opinion. Um, and he put out a video, Robert Garcia. He put out a video of Bam and like his career, but I didn't see it. Did you happen to see that video?
mm-mm.
Okay, so
Recently, on Twitter or
yeah,
something.
like recently, yeah, and I didn't get to watch it and listen to it because I was really curious about what he was saying, and which brings us, to another subject of him, training Anthony Joshua against Usyk. I mean,
And they
what
had their first
what
like little press conference already, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, what are you thinking about that?
I think Usyk is gonna beat his ass again. It's not gonna.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not gonna. It's not gonna be any different. If anything, Usyk
yeah,
might have a little bit more like in him with all that he has going on in his head. He probably has a lot to get off, and
yeah,
I don't. I just don't see how you can make somebody take a punch like on their chin. Like, if you don't, to me, Nika, in my opinion,
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah,
doesn't have a chin. Like, Joshua does not
right,
have a chin,
right,
a good chin. So when he takes punches, he looks like he's just gassed out. Like,
yeah.
to me, he's like big for nothing. He's like he's
He's
all these
like,
muscles.
damn, that
Yeah, and then as
hurt,
soon as it get popped in the
damn.
chin, is over with. So I think
Mhm.
Usyk is gonna be all over that all over again, and there's nothing that I don't think it's gonna be like another case of like Andy Ruiz or nothing like that. I don't think it's gonna
Right.
be another case. So I
No,
mean,
no, no, no.
so
Because as we've talked about, D-Star, yes, AJ is in trouble. As we've talked about it on other shows, it's the mental thing. It's like they say that AJ is a heavy puncher. He does hit hard. He's big. He's tall. He has nice reach, but he doesn't have, I guess you could say, the heart, but it connects to the brain. You know, that maybe when he gets hit, he just like shuts down.
mm,
I don't know. Red is Good says AJ talking about I'm careful of the documentaries I watch now because it's going to help my spirit. Told me he getting his issue in the second match.
mm, I don't know.
He Joshua, I honestly think
He does
this
fight scared.
Usyk,
Like, to me, he does fight scared. Like,
he
he don't.
does. He
He's
does.
to me, he's like big for nothing. When I see a guy like that, I'll be wanting to
Uh-huh.
see like knock
Yeah.
somebody the fuck out and take some punches. Like, like
Yeah.
that. It's just like that big bully in school that gets their ass beat. When you've had enough of that.
Yeah, yeah, like you said, big for nothing. I believe, and I'm just gonna put it out there. that he's going to go out worse. He's going to get stopped. Like, it's going to be nasty.
Yeah,
I
you know,
do.
like, and I feel like the rematch that he had um with Andy Ruiz, to me, I feel like Andy Ruiz just he wasn't
It was
prepared.
Andy,
Yeah, it was
right? It was
Andy. Like, I
Andy's
feel like
mental
it's
state and
exactly.
everything.
He was not in
I
shape. Like,
agree.
he got like caught up in the moment when he, making the money and doing the most, partying, doing
Yes.
whatever, and he didn't dedicate himself to that rematch. So I feel like if Andy Ruiz would have came back a little more prepared, he probably would have beat AJ again. So
I agree. If he would have been on that same regimen that he was the first time,
yeah.
yeah, I think Emmanuel Stewart would do well, with AJ. And yes, rest in peace. Lee says, unlike Ruiz in the rematch against AJ, Usyk will be in shape and mentally focused. Yes, Usyk will also be further fueled by his countrymen. Bad news for AJ in multiple ways, most definitely. Rami, yeah, I mean, I think the stream is good. Everybody's making comments and listening. Remy say you can't hear. I don't know why you can't. D-style harsh. Yeah, long live boxing is going to get ugly very quickly. Um, D-style, great point. Great freaking point. Robert Garcia has no experience with heavyweights, not at this level. Absolutely.
So I have a
Freaking
question for
agree.
that. Like, well, since Red, he's a trainer in here. Like, do you
Yes.
think there's a big difference in the way you train a heavyweight and the rest of the class fighters? Like, what
That's
do you?
that's a
I would like to know
that's
what
a great
do you just?
question.
Yeah, I'm usually full of those, but
That is a great question. And if you can jump on, I'm going to send you the link. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
I
brush
would
your
like to know, is there like
hair.
a big difference on the way you would train a heavyweight fighter, and that's because
Yes.
that's gonna be a
See,
good. Everybody's gonna be looking out for that for with Robert Garcia. So it's like,
this is what I was going to say. There is a difference for sure. Okay, but I sent you the link. So if you got your hair combed and your shirt on and you can jump on for a second, please do. If you can't, that's okay too. You don't have to show your face. Just saying. Do you think Joshua would have done better under Reynoso? No, people are leaving Reynoso. Canelo was like, oh, a gift from God, you know, and everybody else was like, oh, let's jump on that train because obviously Reynoso has this magic power and he can build superstars.
wait,
But what's
Ruiz
been
left him
happening?
too, right? Ruiz just left him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. What's been happening? Um, Lee Grove says one would think heavyweights, the difference would be to work towards prime condition no matter what the weight is, as opposed to other fighters who have to hit a target weight regardless of shape. That's a
Because
good point too.
that was my thing with Deontay Wilder. Like, the trainer that he had, what's his name? His last fight, he that was his first fight as coaching someone and training someone.
Right.
So I mean, he
Right.
fought Deontay Wilder, but it was like, that was his first time, and I feel like he didn't. To me, he was just like a cheerleader in the corner. He wasn't really giving him nothing, like
Instruction.
no game plan,
Yeah.
no instruction. He was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can do it. Like, he was just trying to give him encouragement,
And you
and
have to give clear
he
instruction.
needed something else besides like encouragement, like.
Their heads aren't there. Their
Yeah.
heads are not there. You have to guide them. My precious son, who's so smart, he says, I think Reynoso is a good coach. He just doesn't have the time. Well, I love you. Part of being a good coach is making time, especially for your champs. The thing is that, oh, okay. Is making time, especially. Hey.
Hey.
What's up, y'all? Hold on,
How
Hey.
are you?
I gotta turn the TV down because
Yeah, turn the TV
Because
down.
we're loud. We're loud, right?
cause it's gonna be like double sound.
Sound,
So
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So I was just saying that my son said that I think Reynoso is a good coach. It's just he doesn't have time. Well, part of being a good coach, and you tell me what you think, is making time. The same thing has happened with Robert Garcia, where he doesn't have time. so people have left him, and things have been happening. Which first of all, what's your opinion on the heavyweight thing, and then about the time?
Um, the heavyweight thing is really I don't have the experience at a top level with heavyweights, but just looking at it, you gotta like the age the not the age the size differences that can be. It's like for instance like Tyson Fury with Wilder. It was like a 50-pound difference. So it's like, what do you do? Do you get like with Wilder? He gained weight, and it didn't seem like it helped. It seemed like he did better when he was lighter, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Do you put more muscle on? Like with AJ and Ruiz, he was like a big bodybuilder the first time, and then he lost all that weight the second time. So it's like, what
But
do you do?
do
What do
you
you do?
think the second fight was more because AJ put on that he lost that weight, or because Andy Ruiz didn't put in the work for the second fight?
Well, it could be a combination of both.
Mention
Like
both. Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess you would never
Mm-hmm.
know if,
Mm-hmm.
if
Yeah.
Ruiz came in
Mm-hmm.
prepared what it would have been. But him not Joshua losing that weight made him more mobile. You know what I mean? He wasn't like a
Yep.
plodding big
Mm.
bodybuilder standing in front of him trying to knock him out. So he lost that weight and it made him more elusive. You know what I mean? So he
Yeah,
could
that's true.
outbox him and move for the whole 12 instead of, standing there trying
and
to
and
knock
it
him out.
seems like it seems like to me like he still looked a little bit like a deer in the headlights, but then when he saw that Ruiz wasn't the same, his confidence, like he gained confidence through each round,
Right,
in
right,
my
right,
opinion.
right, right,
you know
He's probably,
right.
oh, this guy's not prepared.
he's like,
Let me,
oh, he's not the
yeah,
same.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
goat Mario P says, nah, fuck that, I disagree. Eddie can train, he's great. uh you all that bullshit about Reynoso not being shit can be said about Derek too. Spence and Charlo fell on his lap too. We never said he wasn't shit. We never said that he wasn't good. We
Y'all
weren't
love putting
saying
words
that.
in people's
But
mouths. Nobody said
right,
that.
right, right.
Ain't
But
nobody said
at
that.
time at times
Goodness
people,
gracious.
yes, you do get this superstar, he walks in your gym, and half the work is done. It does happen. And if you want to say that about Derek with Spence and Charlo, then I'm not going to argue with you, because I mean,
I mean,
possibly.
you can't like with that type of situation, you can't help who you train and what level they on like that. I mean,
Right.
that's part of the thing. But that goes back to the time. Like y'all said, y'all didn't say that he wasn't shit. Y'all said about the
No.
time
Yeah.
with fighters,
Right.
and that is very
Exactly.
important. It's hard to like. I've had the experience of taking a guy that was already a veteran and turning them into a world champion. And then you got guys that you
Mhm.
develop from
Mhm.
zero fights, and you got guys that you develop from an amateur style to a pro style. So I mean,
Yep.
on all levels, I mean, it's very hard to get a person to completely change their style as it is when people usually are who they are. Throughout history, y'all know this. Throughout history, you'll
Yeah.
see that certain people they are who they are for their whole careers most of the time. They might improve on little bit things here and there, but
Right.
overall they are who they are. So it's hard to change their temperament. It's hard to change their work ethic sometimes. Like it's a lot of things that go into that. But time is very important. Time and repetition, like to do shit over and over and over, because you got to
Yes.
create habits. It's not about
Yes.
like
Muscle
getting
memory.
right. It's not about getting on the pads and doing crazy amount of pad work and looking sweet on the pad work, because most of that shit you don't do in fights. It's about
Exactly.
basic shit. You
Mhm.
like, and this is some Coach Al shit. Coach Al said that
Love Coach Al.
you try to strengthen one thing that they're weak at, and you enhance other things that they're better at. Like
One hundred.
it's one step at a time, and you can't do that all in one fight. You know what I mean? Like he said,
Yep.
like with Michaela, he said the things that we worked on with Hamadouche pay dividends further along.
Mhm.
Like the seed gets it takes fights after fights for those seeds to get planted. You just don't do it after one fight. So time is important, and
Very important.
going and having developmental fights is important too to build like to strengthen and to get
And you
better
need
at the
time to water those seeds that you planted there.
right,
Like,
right,
yeah.
Absolutely.
right,
Absolutely.
right,
But I totally, Coach Al is just freaking amazing because, and he's so right. You take where they're weak and you build it up, and the things that they do well, you just enhance it.
right,
I totally, it seems so simple, but it can be complicated.
right.
But he's right on.
It's very
He's
complicated.
right
And
on.
if anybody, like, I know you've seen Coach Al work, is like
Mhm.
he's very technical and he works basic, basic,
Mhm.
basic,
Yes.
basic, basic, step, 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 slip.
Yes.
Like it's basic shit. It's just like he'll train Michaela the same way he'll train a person that had been in the gym for 3 months. It's the same
Yeah.
way because that's the most important shit.
The
You know
fundamental,
what I
Because
mean?
yeah.
people they forget about the basics. Like you said, all that fancy mitt work. Okay, those aren't the basics. That's for Instagram. That's for whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Twitter. That's not real life, because
Right.
in real life somebody is throwing back at you. In real life somebody's southpaw, somebody's orthodox, somebody has a
Mm-hmm.
universal stance, whatever. That's not real life.
Right. Right.
Um, and so, yeah, I totally agree. No, I totally agree with that, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that you cleared that up. So, but Andy Ruiz is going to be fighting Luis Ortiz. What y'all think about that? Do we want to see that? Do we care?
I'm
I'm
I
going.
just, I'm
mean,
not trying to be ugly, but
I'm
do
going
we
to
care?
watch
Do
it.
we really care?
I'm going to
But
watch
right,
it.
I'm going to watch it because
Um.
I'm a boxing fan. But do we really care about that fight?
I mean,
I mean, I think it's a better fight than what he was scheduled to fight before. Who was he? Didn't
Okay, that's
who
fair.
Andy Ruiz was scheduled to fight? I forgot the name
Yeah,
of the
somebody we
person.
never heard of.
Yeah, so
I
I'd
mean,
rather watch this
yeah.
fight against
Okay.
Ortiz.
I guess it all depends on what Ortiz got left. Because he
Mhm.
is up
Mhm.
in age, and he's probably his last little horizon these next 2 or 3
Right.
fights. If he got 3 fights, these probably we'll see. After this fight, we'll
And
see how many more fights he got left after this. We'll
yeah,
see.
because not to sound crazy, we really don't know how old Luis Ortiz is.
We
Because
really don't. We really don't. But the thing is, I get it. I get it. As far as Andy Ruiz and his camp and his guys, I get it. He needs this fight because he wants to be back in there with the big dogs. And so this is, like, to me, safe, but Ortiz is still a name. He's still dangerous. So I get it. Business wise, am
so
I just like,
with Reynoso and Andy Ruiz, do you think
hmm,
that Andy Ruiz left because he wasn't maybe they were working too hard over there? I feel like Andy
Andy?
Ruiz got mad lazy after he won against Anthony
Yeah, he
Joshua,
did.
and
He took it for granted.
yeah. So I think that whatever regimen they had him on, he just was not feeling it, and he left
Yeah,
because
it might have
I've
been
seen a
too
lot of
much. I don't
videos of
know.
him looking like he's in shape. And then when that fight with the second fight with Joshua, he's like, I was like, that's not the person that we saw you posting online. Like,
Exactly.
like,
Yeah, he posted many pictures and stuff of him, like,
buffed
small
up,
and cut
like,
up, and
yeah. And
then, then he showed
Who
his
this guy?
tattoo on his butt and everything
Yeah.
else, and like his waist was in. I'm like, no, no. And then this guy
And it
comes over
looks
like,
like
who's that? His
Canelo.
brother?
I feel like Canelo is like a really loud second voice in the gym. Like if you're not working
Yeah,
out and doing what you're supposed to be doing, he's on your ass.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
So he
Hey,
might,
And that's good.
sometimes that's
That's the
important.
same with Bud in the
yeah,
Yeah,
ring,
yeah.
that's
in the
important.
gym.
That's important.
So maybe he didn't like that.
I
Maybe he didn't
love
like
when
that.
Bud in the gym, man. Like
Mm,
Bud bring the energy up,
talk straight
and
shit.
it's like with Canelo with all his accomplishments, and he's a Hall of Famer. You should listen. You should want somebody like that
Absolutely.
pushing you. It's
Absolutely.
people that DM me from all over the world trying to come to our gym. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And a
Yeah,
lot of that is because of fucking Terrence.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
shit,
yeah.
people want to work beside the greats. If
I'm
people
trying to
really
come to y'all's
want,
gym.
well,
Yeah, but
come on.
No,
like,
it's true.
but you know how crazy that is if you go in there and you've been begging to come to the gym and then Bud hops on your ass because you ain't doing what you're supposed to be
Right.
doing.
Or
Right,
or
Then
right.
or
they're
or
like, you
you
know
got to
what?
spar
I wasn't
Bud. You got to
prepared for
spar
this.
him or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I
Yeah,
wasn't prepared for
exactly.
this.
See, Monzo, I think that Andy will win, and yes, Ortiz is very heavy-handed, but we don't know how old he is, and he's been through some wars,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna give it to Andy.
I'm
But
taking
then
Andy
after
too.
that, yeah, who's he gonna fight after that though? Like,
Well,
I mean, he's not
who's
gonna
he
just
training now?
hop right up.
Who is he training with
I
now?
don't. Oh, that's a good question. Do you know, Red, who he's training
Because
with
I know
now
Who?
since he
he
left?
left Reynoso, but
Andy.
I
Yeah,
don't
he
know
left
Andy
who he's.
Reynoso. I don't
Ruiz?
know who he's.
Yeah,
Oh, he
Uh,
was going with what's his name? Oh my gosh. The two they were
I
brother.
know
What's his
Lee
name?
Groves has to know. Lee.
yeah,
The
I don't know.
he wears the blue jean suits in the corner.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean it's
Goosen,
right here.
with
It's
Joe
Goose.
I
Goosen.
think he's with Goosen. I think he's with Joe
Is he with
Goosen, I
Ryan
think.
Garcia? He's over there with Ryan
Think
Garcia.
so. I think so. I think that's what I heard, but I'm not for sure. Okay, Lee knows. Let me see. Maybe. The special fighters are those who maintain the blue collar work ethic of their youth even after making millions and winning legacy fights. Bud is one. Yes. Canelo is another. Yes. Absolutely.
That's a fact,
Mm-hmm.
Lee.
Yes, Andy left. Thought it was a Cuban. Andy back with Reynoso. Oh, so he is back with Reynoso? I don't know. Like that's a good question. I don't know. We'll see. Well, we'll see. We'll see whenever they climb up
Because
in the ring.
I saw them posted on Twitter that he had left Reynoso,
Yeah, I
and then
saw that too.
everybody owed Ryan Garcia an apology because they were talking trash about him leaving Reynoso and all this stuff like that. So
Hey, somebody brought Lee up at Canastota too.
because Lee
You hear that,
is
Lee?
a gem. He is a boxing gem.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Somebody
He
brought
he
him
is,
up.
is.
You
yeah.
know what? Like being going to the Hall of Fame. Like that was a great experience. It's
We got to hear
real
about that.
fans there. There are
Yes.
real fucking fans there. We'll talk about this off camera. Like when I
Okay.
pull up, we'll
Okay.
talk about it. But
Okay.
yeah, like that was like it was a great experience. And somebody brought Lee's name up. And
You hear that, Lee?
Lee made a comment about the judging, like people was looking at this or that. I had a great conversation with Kenny Bayless. Had a great
Ah.
fucking conversation with Kenny Bayless
Mm.
about judging and judging styles and what people like. They do shit. They have I don't even know if I'm supposed to tell this or not, but it's probably public. They have like seminars for judges and refs. So
Oh
they'll
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's common knowledge. Yeah.
they'll show like a round and then they'll get everybody to judge it. And he said that it's crazy how many people it'll be like 60-40 with people picking rounds and shit like
Mm.
that. Like how the disparity is, with the judging. You know what I mean? So that was just interesting.
Ah.
Like when Lee wrote that in the comments about the what was it, the Figueroa and the Scooter Fulton fight
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
stats. Like he landed the cleaner shots or whatever. Like that shit is
Yeah.
real. Yeah, somebody did. Like I'm sitting here
It
looking at
is
my
real.
TV too. Yeah, somebody did mention your name, Lee. I can't remember who the fuck it was. Like I can't remember their name, but I met people from all over the world there, and
Lee is
See,
a
I would think
legend. He
that
yeah,
is a living legend.
real boxing fans would definitely show up to a Hall of Fame. Like you got to be a real boxing fan
Absolutely.
to attend one of those
yeah. I
events. You
was
know?
mingling with the people too.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I'm saying? I was
I
No,
feel like
so
if you're at a Hall of Fame event, you're definitely a boxing fan.
yeah,
So
I was mingling with the people, and it was great. Like I had great conversations with people. It was people that was telling me stories. Like it was a guy from Canada. I can't remember his name. He was from Winnipeg, Canada. And I think his brother might have been like a national champion in Canada or something. So he's very heavy knowledge in boxing. He was telling me stories about him being at Duran and Hagler type shit. You know what I mean? It was just great to talk to people that was older than me that had that knowledge and shit.
yeah,
Like
those
yeah,
stories.
that was good. That's what I took from it. I took from that experience. I don't trying to turn y'all show around, but I took from that
No, you good.
experience
We have no
like
agenda.
no, yeah.
like real boxing people. Like it felt good. It wasn't like Twitter. It wasn't like fucking
Right, right,
Yes.
boxing
right, right.
Twitter.
Everybody on
They knew what
Twitter
they were talking about.
specializing
Yeah,
in
they knew what they
Man,
were
everything.
saying.
They're
it was
promoters,
So
it
they're
was great.
managers, they're boxing coaches, they're everything.
so
Twitter's full
my
of shit.
husband just texted me that Andy Ruiz's coach is Alfredo Osuna.
Oh,
So
okay.
there you go.
Okay.
Alfredo Osuna. So Michael Ramirez has a question for you, Red. He said, "How can we attend these seminars?"
I'm about to find out because I got some little connections now, so we got to figure it out. I don't know if it's
Okay.
exclusive to people that are licensed judges and refs. That's what it might be, but I'm gonna find
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
See,
And Lee
see, see, he
said,
might know who I'm talking about. I can't remember his name, Lee. I can't remember his
yeah,
name. He was from
I'm
Winnipeg,
gonna go
oh,
with
Canada.
he
Lee.
said
Is
Eric
Lee?
Schmidt.
I'm pretty
He
sure Lee
said,
is
would it
right.
be Eric Schmidt?
That
He
might be
probably
him.
is. I mean, yeah, just say yes because it's true. It's right.
Lee said it, so
Uh,
it's right.
I think I might have his information. I'm a DM you on Twitter, Lee, and we're gonna figure this out.
yeah, 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 dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you would trust me. He's like a walking boxing encyclopedia, and
Oh,
Yeah.
he is.
I know that. I know that. I give
Yeah,
Lee. I
yeah.
give Lee mad props. I'm never
We
coming to
love
battle
Lee.
Lee.
No, never. He won't
Never.
be on verses against anybody because guess what?
I know, but
Y'all
the
losing.
verses is just too
He
ghetto.
should judge
He's
the
too
verses.
nice. He
He
could
should
judge
he
it,
should
but
Yeah,
judge
yeah,
the
I
yeah.
verses.
wouldn't want nobody trying to like battle with Lee because oh no.
No,
Oh,
no, no. They'll be buried. They'll be buried for sure. Remy had asked, "Do you guys think that Canelo should wear horsehair gloves now?" Um, I haven't really thought about it. Like, I don't really. I don't know. Is that a thing? Like
what
that
against
he
Triple
should
G?
not wear the
Like
horse
against Triple G?
hair
Is that your question?
gloves? I
Or
mean,
It's
yeah, that
horsehair
we're
is
gonna see
legal.
again. It is. Yeah,
It's legal.
I don't see.
I mean,
It is legal.
unless it's something contractual that's like, okay, you can't do that. Like if you agree to something in
Right.
the contract, then that's not a legality thing. That's breaking the contract. So I guess in a
Yeah.
way,
Right.
is it in a way it's illegal to break the contract, but it's not like if it's sanctioned, if it's sanctioned, then
And both sides approve. I mean, they both sides do have to agree.
right. It got to be an agreement. We had a situation like that with
Mhm.
Amir when Amir fought Kell Brook. It was in
Mhm.
the contract that he couldn't have horsehair. So that was the people was asking me like, what was the big deal? He came out and then he switched gloves in the ring. It's because his gloves had
Yeah.
horsehair in them, and they wasn't supposed
Yeah.
to. It
Yeah.
didn't matter at the end of the day because he won by knockout. But the
Mhm.
contracts have to be honored.
Right. Absolutely. That's true. And I don't
so
think the
can
horse.
I throw a little like
Yes. Interject.
question in there? Are we close to like?
Are we
Come on,
close to
Knight.
what?
Are we close? Because the people want to know. They driving me crazy.
They driving me crazy too because I
I
mean
know,
I,
I
I
know they driving you crazy.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I heard you. I was like, you like cut out. Okay. Now I know where
No,
you're going. I know where you're going.
yeah,
I
are
know
we
where you're going.
close? You know,
um
Red's like,
I've been
this is why I didn't
seeing
want to come
stuff
on.
on Facebook. These people's like, I don't know where these people get this information from. It's just these crazy Spence fans. They'll be like, "Oh, the contract was already sent. Have your boy sign the contract." And I'm like, "Chill, my guy. Did
yeah
you see the
it,
contract? Like, get
it's
out of here."
nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. It's none of that. That's rumors. That's bullshit.
Yeah. See.
But I mean, they're
Okay.
actively negotiating. Is all that I can tell you. I mean,
Okay.
it's a fight of this magnitude is going to take some time.
Exactly. Like you're just not gonna
You
Absolutely.
just
know,
like exactly.
Absolutely.
and one thing I'm gonna say is both fighters need to be compensated.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
speak. I'm not gonna speak like, well, Bud's my guy, so he deserved this. No, they both deserve to be compensated.
No,
Period.
and I told someone
Facts.
that and because they were like, "Oh, you're just saying that because." I said, "No, I said it was the other way around. I would expect to get what he thinks he deserves as well. And it's
Yes,
not to me. It's
definitely.
not one side. I feel like they both deserve what they are asking for,
They
and
they
that's what
both
negotiations are for.
they both
So
deserve in these promote whoever's gonna promote the fight, whoever's handling everything, they need to do their fucking job.
yeah,
Like like
Facts.
like it's they should get paid pretty handsomely for both of them should get a handsome fucking check for this fucking fight because it's very rare and we got Lee Groves on here. How many
Mm-hmm.
times have two top five pound for pound on the pound for pound list, same weight class in prime, fought each other? And everybody
mm-hmm.
goes back to thinking about Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns in what 80 fuck whatever year it was 83 like prime two, especially in the
Yeah.
welterweight
Prime.
division,
Absolutely.
the glamour division, 147. Like they both
I'm
deserve
saying.
to be paid handsomely for this fight, and it's real
So the
simple.
go see, I hear this all the
See, it's
time.
like
Goat
people
Mara
like
Pete,
this. Yeah,
they
like
won't
this.
come
They
to an
won't come
agreement.
to.
Trust me,
Come
people are
on.
like, nah, it's never gonna happen. There's not gonna be agreement. I mean, it's not impossible. They
It
they they can
is.
they can they can do it.
They can do it. It's there. Like it's people just gotta do their fucking
Yeah,
job, and
Yeah,
there's
because when I see how
facts.
much
whatever it
money
is.
a lot of these other fights get that don't
Mm,
deserve that much, I'm like, they can
mm,
pull the money of whatever these
Yeah,
guys are asking for. So like,
mm-hmm.
give me a break, So
That's
whatever.
so true. That's so true. 100%. Lee says I have a list on that. Just wait a minute.
yeah. I would love to see
So
that. I mean, even
yeah,
top 10, either top 10. I can't even,
yeah,
at that time, but top 5 or even top 3, because I would probably put Arrow 3. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like that's one
yeah.
to me. It's 1 versus 3, or
Right.
wherever you want to put Bud. That's where you want to put him. I'm naturally going to put him number 1.
And that's your
So
list,
so
and
Of
that's
I
your
course.
so I would
Yeah.
opinion.
I would
Yeah.
Yeah.
put I
Yeah.
would say Bud, Usyk, and Spence,
Yeah.
and then
Mm-hmm.
in Noe, and I would probably put Canelo
Yes.
5.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would probably
Yeah.
put Canelo 5. And then after that, Devin and Shakur is in 5 through 10. I would put Devin and
Yeah.
Shakur,
Yes, I'll be on
and
there
and
tomorrow.
Tank
See,
is itching towards that 10 spot too. If anybody got taken the top 10, I'm not going to argue about it because he's close. You know what I mean?
right.
But I
Yeah.
got Devin and Shakur in that 5 through 10 spot, and they're gonna
So
be
what is
Yeah.
your criteria for the pound for pound list? Because everyone has
Yeah. We were
different
just talking
criteria.
about it
Yeah.
before you jumped on. Yeah.
biased.
Okay. See, I says
Yeah.
everybody's own opinion. So that's why
I'm
I
Right.
don't
biased.
take people's
Yeah.
personal list. Like I don't get invested in it because that's your personal opinion on who you
Same.
feel
Yeah.
should be on there.
I'm,
That's
I'm
not.
I'm friends with these motherfuckers. I can't, what I mean, of course, I'm gonna have some bias, but I feel like, and I can't speak for these guys that I don't watch. You know what I mean? Like it's guys that's on other people's list that I don't really watch. I might, see highlights or this or that, but I don't really watch them to give an honest. That's why I don't do it public. I'll talk to y'all about it
Yeah.
in this. You know what I mean? And it's a
Yeah.
family
Yeah. Yeah.
conversation. But as
Sure.
far as like going public with a list, I won't because I'm not giving everybody their proper credit probably.
in
So
Yeah.
their in
Yeah.
their opinion, but like
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
think lists
And we all
are
have
your
our
own personal
criteria.
bias, like you say, your own bias opinion. Like that's what you're. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
don't argue with people about who's on their list. That's your list, and you have your right to
Right.
feel who you want to be on
Right.
that list.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Lee said between 1990 and 2017, there were 12 fights between top 5 pound for pound fighters as determined by Ring Magazine. The first was Chavez Taylor, and the last on my list was Ward Kovala. I will have to update. Yeah, that's good.
that's
yeah.
damn good.
Keep me posted, Remy. Okay,
Yep.
your cousin's fight in San Francisco in Manny Pacquiao Jr. Amateur. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you got to keep me posted for that. Guadalupe said, should weight classes be considered dominance on who should be pound for pound? Yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of people say, like they don't even put some weight
They don't put
classes in their
heavyweights
pound
on
for
there.
pound
They don't.
list.
Yeah, they don't put
Yeah,
heavyweights on there.
so I think it's personal.
Usyk
It's
is top
personal.
3, so how they don't put heavyweights on
Well, no,
there?
that's why. No, but I
But
see. Like
people
I've
have said
argued
that.
this. I've
Yeah,
argued this
yeah.
so many times.
People
Like
have said that.
I
heavyweight shouldn't
think
be on there,
I
and I'm just
think
like,
I think heavyweight should be on there. I just think the caliber of the opponent is what matters.
yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
think
Absolutely.
it's who
Like
you feel it should be on
Fury.
there.
Fury winning 2 out of 3 versus Wilder should put him in the top 10.
Hello.
I mean,
Yeah.
because they had Fury and Wilder 1 and 2 and Joshua 3. However, you can, what, I guess you can swap 1 or 2 at the time. It was 1 or 2 after the first fight. It was still unfinished business or whatever. So 2 and 3 that solidified Fury. You know what I mean, to go in the top 10.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's what I
agree.
feel.
Someone. So I remember arguing with someone about that on one of like my Red Cup lives thing. They were saying, "Why is Usyk on? He's heavyweight," and they was it's just
Well,
like,
first off, I mean, for fucking Usyk, shit, he was the fucking undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world first. Now he's the
Yep.
unified heavyweight champion.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So he definitely should get that. Anthony Joshua ain't no pushover. He ain't no, you know
no,
what I
he's
mean? You
not
can say
no
what you want about
pushover.
him, but that's a legitimate, you got the smaller man coming up to beat the bigger man in fashion
Right.
to become
David and Goliath.
unified. Like, come on. Come
Hmm.
on.
Lee, I totally freaking agree with you. the eye test is so important. Like I had just talked about this on the last show, where I was not, and it's no secret, I was not sold on Boots. I wasn't, because I was like, who has he fought? I want to see him fight somebody. But then I said, look, let me look at this guy. Like, let me really look at him. So I went back and like was watching his fights, and I was like, okay, he switches. He has universal stance. He seems like he's evenly heavy-handed, both hands. So I was like, okay, so that's my eye test, And then when people get in front of somebody that are monsters or champions or whatever, the accomplishments, the resumes, the same. I totally agree. To me, this is the criteria, Lee. The eye test and current accomplishments on the resume. Absolutely. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that the eye test is important?
It's very
Even
important.
like I said,
I
I
agree with
wasn't
that, but
sold
it's
on
still
Boots.
biased. It's still going to be
yeah,
biased
still,
with the eye
because
test.
because what
I
you
mean,
see, somebody else is not going to see.
yeah, it's
You're
going.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
Because
right. You're
I
right.
mean, I'm biased. I'm not. I try to be objective as I can, but I'm biased. Like
Of
it is what
course,
it
I
is.
am too.
I
I'm
prefer
not gonna lie.
boxers. I prefer slick
Yes,
boxers. You know what I mean? I
to
prefer
bangers.
urban. But yeah, I prefer a good jab. I prefer some defense.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
same
Like I prefer,
footwork.
you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
not just like going sparking everybody out. Like I want to see some style. I want to see some. I like what I like, and it's just that's why I can never
Yeah,
do
same.
no pound for pound. I do my personal pound for
Right.
pound list. That's it.
See, Monzo said,
This is
Bud,
one of
number
Bud's
one.
biggest
I have
fans
the
right
purple
here,
shirt to
Crystal.
prove it.
Yeah, Crystal. This is definitely one of Bud's biggest fans. She
Yeah.
goes to, I
Yeah.
think she probably hasn't missed a fight, if I'm not mistaken.
She
I
goes.
love it. I
She
love it.
goes to our little fights too.
Yeah.
She's
I love
super
it.
fan. She's super fan for
Bravo.
sure.
That's a true fan. We love.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
She needs a gold star. We're
yeah.
definitely gonna do that.
The fight could be
Yeah.
hang a brother Iowa and she'll pull up. You know what I mean? It could be bumfuck Kansas, and you be like, "Oh shit, Crystal, what you doing here with your family?" Oh,
Oh, I
I had to
love
come.
it. I
You're like,
love
"Oh,
it.
I had to come support." Insert a name that's probably 5-0. We got a guy 5-0 that's gonna probably walk over this dude in one round, and she'll drive and come check us out, man.
That's
She's
Oh, I
awesome.
really
love
That's
it.
shout out to
awesome.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Shout out
I
to
love it.
Crystal.
Shout out to Crystal, definitely, and I love it because she always jumps on the show too, and she
Yeah.
supports us, and I love
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
I love, of course, we love our men. We love our men that support us, but when the women support us, that's just, I don't know. That's just, I love it because we need to support each other, especially in this sport. So hats off, Crystal. That's great. Thank you for always showing up. Um, so I saw that Marshall's and Shields fight is a done thing, a done deal. I've been busy up here, so I haven't really been able to keep
Ooh.
up. And then when
For
I lay
September.
down, I'm just like gone. Yes. So that's a done deal.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in
Everything's been
September.
signed and
Yeah.
okay.
So it's good to go. So we'll see.
Guwo.
Okay.
Goo.
Guwo. How you say it? G-Wo. Guwo.
Whoa.
Let's go. Work
I'm
time,
like,
Clarissa. Let's go,
I
baby.
mean, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. But I have a question. I'm gonna ask you first, Red. So they fought in the amateurs and Clarissa lost. I think that was her only loss.
Mm-hmm.
Does that translate to the pros in your opinion?
And depending on, I feel like it depends on the fighter. I think it depends on the fighter. I think in the case of Clarissa, it won't.
Right.
Because Clarissa was green when she went to the Olympics the first time.
Yeah.
I
She
can't remember I can't remember even how many fights she had, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
She
she
didn't have
was.
a.
Won medals. She still won.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she
Yeah.
went to the Olympics off. I
So she's
can't.
only gotten better.
I don't. That's why I said I don't want to lie. And I'm thinking 15, 20 fights. She went to the fucking Olympics, and so you know what I mean. Like I don't think it's gonna matter. I think it's gonna make her hungrier and train harder and beat her. I think she gonna win. You know what I mean? I think Savannah Marshall. You know what I mean, she got a good punch. She looks like she can hit, but with Clarissa, the way she Clarissa then got dropped and got up and won. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like she's resilient, she's tough, her skill set gets better, and she's a dog. She's mean. She's almost like the woman version of Bud sometimes. She reminds me of him. You know what I mean? It's just like, and that's why I said, like, I'm privileged to have been around her and watch her train, and I know her and I'm biased. So I'm taking Clarissa
Yeah.
Shields.
Right? Hey, at least you can admit it. That's
Yeah, I'm
good. That's
biased.
okay.
USA,
Uh
Flint,
uh
Michigan. Let's go.
let's go. Nika.
Go.
And she just got her street named after her, which I thought that was really, really great.
That's
Nika,
dope.
what do you think? Like what oh my goodness. Nika, so what do you think about that
Um,
matchup?
I have Clarissa too. I mean, if Marshall is holding on to that, then
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure that Clarissa hopes that she's holding on to that so she can
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
can like ruin her day.
Well, she's
Like,
trying to use it as a mental edge because
yes,
she knows she
and
needs
Right,
that.
right.
yeah, and it's like she
Yeah.
has nothing. She has done nothing but excels from that point. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's really nothing she can
She
say.
trying to
She's
use
trying
it
to
as a
hold on to that
mental
one thing.
edge.
This
Yeah.
is it's
She,
like,
she is, and I really think that could be. I think that it could backfire. Like
yeah,
in
it's
my
because I,
opinion,
I think if because I don't know if this is just like a gameplay of hers or if she really thinks that just because she beat her in the amateurs that she could beat her in the pros.
that
Like
I,
if
I think
that's
it's
her
just a
game
mental
plan,
thing.
and yeah, then she's already lost. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's gonna backfire, and I think it's kind of weak. I mean, she
because
could have
yesterday's
like
price
come
is
up with
not
something
today's
else.
price, So
Right.
what
Yeah,
happened yesterday
absolutely
we
no.
don't
Facts.
necessarily.
That's a fact. That shit
I
applies to
totally.
all walks of life.
All walks of life, yes.
Hmm.
So yeah.
So Lee, okay, so I see what you're saying, Lee. Lee says, gotta be honest, my eyes say Marshall wins. Clarissa is tough-minded and much more experienced, but at world level, but Marshall has height, reach, volume, power, and confidence. And I have to say, I mean, of course I'm biased, but Marshall is a better boxer than Clarissa, in my opinion.
What you mean, like
Clarissa
technically
has that
sound?
technically sound
I
technically sound, and she does have power. And people have said, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, I want Clarissa to win, but people have said that Clarissa does not really have power, that she is a dog and she's scary and she comes or whatever, but she doesn't have the power that some other girls have. And I agree with Lee as far as
But what other girls?
Marshall
Because
being a better
she's only
boxer.
been dropped once and then she came back and won that fight. Nobody else
No,
has
she,
dropped
but
her or done anything.
just,
athleticism.
just
She
no,
too
no, no. I,
athletic.
I I get what you're saying.
Speed.
I get what you're saying, and she's very athletic. I've just heard, Red. You hear stuff
Yeah.
inspiring and this and that, and we hear stuff that she's not very heavy handed, and but I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get hit by her. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
You don't gotta be cracking to you know what I mean, in
No,
women's
no,
boxing it ain't a bunch of knockouts anyway. I mean shit 10,
no,
10
no.
2
You're
minute
right.
rounds.
But my point is this, and again, I'm playing devil's advocate. If she is the better boxer and she's heavier handed, then
I
you
see
would think
that better boxer shit
that Marshall would win.
that better boxer shit is objective to who you in front of too. She ain't been in front of Clarissa in however many years. This is a new Clarissa. Like
And you're right.
that's subjective to who you in front of. Now now
Absolutely, absolutely.
her style might look a little more technical and all this and that. Okay, say we give her that. But what about the
Hmm.
intangibles? You know what I mean? Like what about the speed, the tenacity, the footwork, the defense? Like Clarissa got it all.
The
And
dog
Clarissa
in
can
her
fight
too,
And
like
and
and the dog.
the
Like I mean,
dog in her, like she's not
you
gonna.
dig,
Yeah.
and like I said, I'm for Clarissa. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
yeah,
Because
I
yes,
know,
I've seen it too.
I know.
Even with my guys and girls up here, it's like when they get in front of certain people, those people box them differently than they would somebody else.
Right.
And so you know what? Honestly, Marshall might get in front of her, and she won't look like that boxer that we've seen with other people.
Exactly.
She may not look.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, I get it. I
Yep.
get it.
Yep. Because
I honestly think Clarissa's going to
Clarissa,
win.
that footwork stepping around her, Savannah then
Yes,
knocked out these girls that's standing right in front of her. Like, yeah, okay.
absolutely, absolutely.
Now let's see you track down this girl from Flint with all the pride in the world. That's shit. All right, Lee. I hear you.
Yeah,
And very well, it could. I mean, it's not one of those type of things where it's like, damn, you wild for that. I mean, it ain't wild. But what I mean,
yeah,
I think it's about 60-40, 55-45. I would edge Clarissa, so it's kind of close. I and we got respect. I respect you, Lee, but I just don't see. I just can't see it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
says
No,
though,
I see what he's saying. Like I do see what he's saying. He's thinking with his boxing brain, and I get it. And I could see it, but I think that Clarissa is going to take it. What network is that fight going to be on? That's a good question.
It's overseas, ain't it? So
it's gonna be
Yeah, I
in
think
the
it's a.
UK, yeah.
mhm.
So it's probably Sky
So I don't
Sports
know
or
definitely,
what.
something like
definitely
that.
Sky.
Yeah,
Sky
yeah,
Sports.
Sky.
It'll be a travesty if they don't play that over here.
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
It,
absolutely.
my
Uh,
guess is the zone. My guess would be the zone.
yeah,
Yeah, I would hope
yeah,
so.
for
One of
sure.
those.
Simonzo. Yeah, I feel like her athleticism too has definitely improved.
Her
I agree with that too.
her IQ has came a
Yeah,
long. And like I
yeah,
said,
absolutely.
like Christine, we're privileged to be able to have watched her train multiple
Yes,
times, watch her
absolutely,
spar, watch how hard she
absolutely.
worked. You know
Yes,
what I mean? So,
yes. Yes.
everybody
Yeah,
don't get to see
exactly.
that.
And that's why we can pick her. And that's why like I pick other people that I've seen. I see how they live. I see their training. I see what they do. It's like so then I'm like, no, you we know deeper than that. So that's why, I pick certain people over
Right,
others because,
right,
even the lifestyle, the
right.
lifestyle.
Exactly.
Lee Grove says good people can disagree. That's why Shields Marshall is a great fight. Can't wait to see it. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is a great fight. And we'll talk about it again when they're done.
Yeah.
Sky ESPN, hopefully. Yeah, we'll see. But we're gonna wrap it up. This has been like such a great conversation. Are there any last things that we want to talk about? Before you got on, Red, we were talking about MJ and Fulton, um, and they were also talking about. Well, did you get on that conversation? I don't know.
I was
I don't.
listening. Inoue,
Oh,
Inoue, you're
okay,
Fulton.
okay. Yeah.
Y'all both say Inoue.
Is that how you
Inoue,
say it?
I think
Inoue,
it's Inoue. I think it's
Inoue.
Inoue. Yeah.
Inoue. I sometimes I'm like Inoue, and like I don't know.
I'm
I
like
want to hear
Tim
him say
Bradley.
it.
I'm like Tim Bradley. I fuck people names up.
Uh,
Oh, right,
I be
right,
butchering
right.
people names. Shit. Inoue,
Remy,
Inoue.
Inoue.
whatever. We know who we're talking about. Remy, yes, Sky Nicholson is the future. I love her. I have been around her for the last 3 years. She's come to the United States camps with us. We've gone to her camps. I've seen her competition. Let me tell you, the girl is not just beautiful, she is very talented. Okay, Lee Grove says you pronounce it in no
Inoue.
way. Oh, that's so
Inoue. Yep.
easy. Oh my
Inoue.
gosh.
You know
Inoue.
her?
In
Inoue.
no way. In no
No.
way.
Inoue.
In no way is Fulton gonna beat him. I'm
In
just saying.
no way.
In no way. But that's my opinion. MJ, he's strong. He's tough. If Fulton has gas in the tank, he won't be beat. If he doesn't, he'll be beat like bad. Bad. See Monzo's laughing. Anyway, last words. Red, thank you so much for coming on. Anything
Hey,
you want to say to everybody in the chat?
man.
Stop harassing him about the fight. It's gonna
No,
get
I
done when it
mean,
get done.
I don't have no
That's a good
info
thing because
about
people
it.
want it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have no info. I know that is it, in real life they're really negotiating. I know that much. How close it is or what the numbers are and all that shit, I don't know. But what I mean, I feel like just my vibe, I feel like it's going to happen.
It's
You
gonna
know what I'm
happen.
saying? I feel like it's going to happen. That's what I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, we had Pacquiao came up a couple of times and it fell through, and I was still kind of a little skeptical the whole time, and then it happened. It's like, see, yeah, But this one, I feel differently about. I feel like it's too big, and I feel like the what people want to get paid. He said, "Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
that's Red Spikes. Who is that?"
No, because he was
Because
asking. He couldn't.
earlier
He didn't know who you
he's
were
like,
when
"Who's
you were
that
talking.
guy? Who's
Yeah,
that
who's that
guy?"
guy? Yeah.
Red
Yes,
is
you're
bad.
right.
That's my name today. Um, I feel like it's gonna happen, man.
Oh,
And like shout out to the Crawford fans, of course. Shout out to the Smith fans because without y'all,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have. I think shit,
Right.
all the arguing and all the bickering and shit that y'all kept that shit
Go
in the
like
forefront.
alive, keep it alive. Yeah.
Alive.
Yeah,
Yes.
y'all
Absolutely.
irritate the hell out of me, but shit, y'all kept that shit in everybody's mind. Y'all on Twitter every day, some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
But
so
y'all,
and
but y'all kept it going, man. And like I said before multiple times, I got a lot of love for Errol Spence. But when it come to
Absolutely.
us, because I want to see him win. If he ain't fighting us, I want to see him beat everybody. I want to see him go to the Hall of Fame.
Right.
I want to see all of that. What's crazy?
Yep.
I don't even want to hold y'all up too longer, but going out
You're
to that
good.
fucking Hall of
Keep
Fame,
talking.
you seen all. You said it was 3 classes, and was a lot of them was opponents of each other. You know what I mean? You seen
Uh-huh.
James Toney, Roy Jones, and B Hop. You seen
Yep.
Mayweather's. You seen Cotto. You seen Cotto and what's his name? Tarver was there. Like it was like Iran Barkley was there. He fought James Toney. It was all of these opponents of each other, and they
I
all
love
had
it.
mutual respect for each other. You know what I
That's
mean?
beautiful.
Is they had mutual respect for each other, and they was all proud of each other going in. Because if I beat you
Yes.
and you're a Hall of Famer, what that say about me?
yeah,
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And,
So
and, and I love seeing my girl. So I love Ann Wolf. That's my girl.
I took a
And
picture with
then
both of them together.
yeah, I need to see him. So
Yeah,
she and Layla, they were like, she says they squashed that stuff.
yeah,
They respected each other. They would
yeah,
support anything they do in the future. I
yeah,
love that because there
yeah,
was a time when they were still both talking shit,
yeah,
even though the fight never happened.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then of course Christy Martin, that's my
yeah,
girl. I
yeah,
love her.
yeah.
I
That's the
love it.
crazy shit. It was so much. It was opponents. These people didn't man try to knock each other's heads off, and they celebrated
Yeah.
with their families
But
and
then
all
there's a
that.
connection after that.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's like this intimate connection after that.
right,
It
right,
really
right.
is.
Right. It was a conversation that Roy Jones and B Hop had. Look at Ellie Seckback's page, and they was on the charter bus together.
Oh,
It's
okay.
about a 20
Okay.
something minute conversation, but like it's so much
Wow.
we got to talk about. It's just anybody
Yes.
that's a real
Yes.
fan of boxing, you have to go to Canastota, New York, and go to the Hall of Fame. You have to go, and you got to go mingle and be a part of the people. You'll see, like what I mean, like all of even people that wasn't getting inducted. It was people out there. Reggie Johnson was out there. Marlon
Oh
Starling was
man.
out there. Antonio Tarver was out there, and I met people that that know boxing and that fought from like all over the country. You know what I mean? Like they had Golden Gloves titles and they fought certain people and things like that. And they just love the sport so much. Like they just came in a lot of game, a lot of knowledge. Like it was crazy. It was crazy, man. Yeah, what Lee
I have
said.
to
I
say,
saw Layla and Ann Wolf bump fists. Shit, James Tony gave
yes.
gave Roy Jones a hug after his speech. You know what I'm
wow.
Oh
saying?
man.
Like it was,
Man.
yeah.
I have to say this, guys. I mean, this is like, it's totally gonna throw you off too, Red. But that so Red, but everybody, the whole team, like everybody knows I love them. I'm always like, rooting for them, and I because I see it all. I have the eye test. I see the way they live. I see the family, the commitment to everything. So obviously, I'm a big fan and have so much love for them. But so we have this kid on the team, Johnny Mansour, and he's been coming up here to camps, Team USA for a long time. He's a very talented young man,
He the tall
and he's
featherweight.
like, yes,
Yeah,
yes, you remember.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he said, man, coach, my favorite boxer is Bud. Like if I could meet him, talk to him, anything, like, oh my gosh, that would just make my whole life, you know. So I was like, okay. I said, well, if I ever FaceTime you, answer, because maybe I know somebody that knows somebody. So we were in camp here in Colorado, and I called Red, and he happened to be with Bud, and so he got to talk to Bud, and I tell you what, that just really really made his whole camp, his whole day. He works hard, and to see these guys that are like bigger than life take their time out to talk to these guys that are coming up behind them that are the future. To me, that just like meant the world to me. That just like put him way up there higher, than he was already. So I just want to I appreciate that so much, Red, that you did that. And I know Johnny did too. I mean, he still talks about it.
Shout out to
So
Johnny.
that
Keep
was really
winning,
cool.
bro.
Yes, absolutely. He's
What
going to
what
see this segment.
what this dude Remy put on there? What is that? I see the big fish knocking at the door. What's behind the big fish? I can't see it. That's what I was trying to.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay, hold on.
What is that?
Hold on. Let me see. Where is he
Because
Are
saved?
you talking about the profile picture?
yeah.
Oh, the profile picture I think is
Oh, I can't see. You know I'm kind of
yeah.
blind.
No,
Because
because it's very small.
yeah.
I think he's a
Remy,
Bud. I
Remy,
think he's a Bud
what's
fan, so
what's
I
the
think that's Bud coming out of the door with the dead shark, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Because Remy, I was about to get at you,
yeah,
bro.
Hey,
I was about to
checkmate.
get at you. I said, what?
Checkmate
I said,
boxing.
what?
Oh, okay, Remy, what is that, Remy? What is that?
I think
He said,
that's
oh no, he said Crawford baby. He said Crawford baby.
So it's
Okay.
Crawford coming out of the door with the dead shark.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Because I was going to get at you. I said, oh, this dude got the strap season. Okay. Remy, I was about to get at you, bro. But we on the same side, so much love, Remy.
Look at D Style. He's talking about Remy. This is Bud territory.
That's right, D Style.
Oh.
Shout out to D
Okay.
Style, L Dub. I see my man L Dub in there, Crystal, Lee
Oh
Groves,
yes, no.
everybody.
So this is kind of it for man. He works with the Boxing
Absolutely.
Voice, and he got me on.
Yeah, I know the Boxing Voice.
Probably the reason why I got onto the Boxing Voice. So he wants to know. He would like to invite you there. You'd be a great guest on there, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No, not
I
Remy.
would too.
Cannabis for men.
He's like Christine Spike. No, I work with, but yes, would love to extend the invite. Sure. Yeah, you got to do it. Yeah, absolutely, that'd be great.
You would be a great guest on there, Red.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna call my guy Bernie the Boxer,
and he would be a great guest on there too.
Yeah.
You know, y'all know I get on here because we have this is a family conversation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean?
But they have a really nice. I haven't been to the studio in Vegas, but they have a new studio there, and it looks really nice and decked out. You guys would do great on there.
It looked dope. That Boxing Boy shit looked like a Breakfast Club.
Yeah, they stepped it up. It's
they
revamped it, and it's good. Yeah,
that shit dope. It's dope. And they be showing love to everybody. I like how
because they put me on there. I'm just like a little channel, but I didn't go to the studio. I went to with them in San Diego where we watched the Canelo fight and with Benavidez.
I see you on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that
was great. It was so good.
I'm happy for you, Nika. You went from like
too.
12 followers.
I know.
And you know what I mean? Like, I mean, every account, you gotta start with zero.
I started from the mud.
But I remember the original Nika. You know what I'm saying? I was like, who is this girl? She know a little bit about
and her boxing
versus. I was like, who is this girl?
Yeah.
She a Bud fan? Okay, I'm gonna follow you back.
Piggybacking on that.
Now look at you.
So
look at you.
On Sunday, I'm gonna have the boxing versus against.
Oh, you gotta watch that, Red.
Against Mr. ITOBA, Mr. I'm on that bullshit again because now he's a Spence fan again, and he wants to debate me. So I'm just like, I'm not a debater. I just go in there and I'm the moderator. But he wants to debate me. But he was a Spence fan. Then Spence shunned him, and then he became a Bud fan, riding hard as fuck. Now he's back to being a Spence fan, and he wants to argue about it.
That's why I ain't gonna even get at you, Corey. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna even get at correct because you jumped at too many sides.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hop on his ass.
If anything, if that would happen to me, just hypothetically, something happened to me and Bud part ways, I'm never going to the opposite side. I'm just gonna respectfully
crazy, right?
I'm gonna respectfully sit in the shadow for a minute. But ain't nowhere in the world I'm not gonna be. Right, I'm not gonna be a Blood and then go to the Crips. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. Like, and then I'm gonna go back to being a Blood again. Like, come on, man.
No, but that's how it started. He had posted the tweet that Bud's sister posted on Twitter about like the YouTube channels and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, look at Bud's sister talking trash," and he made like a little YouTube video about it. And I was like, then I commented on his Facebook and I said, "A hit dog will holler," and you're one of those people that she's talking about. So then we started going back and forth, and he's like, "Oh, you don't want to debate me, you scared?" I'm like, you know what? We'll debate, and then I'm gonna make you cry just like Spence did when he kicked you off the team because he was crying on the internet. I don't know if you guys saw it, But when him and Spence fell out, he was crying on YouTube about it. So yeah,
Come on, Corey.
yeah.
Come on, Corey. I ain't gonna even get at you. 'Cause I really want to get at him, but I ain't gonna get at him.
You know what would be hard?
I ain't
Would be
gonna get at him.
lovely if you could get Bud to just make an appearance on there and cuss him out on Sunday.
He would love that. That's too much attention for him.
Yeah, I know that's true. You know
That,
what? Never
that'll
mind.
be that'll blow his channel up.
Yeah,
I ain't
he'll be
even
like, you
doing
know
that.
what? Bud came on the channel to cuss me out. Lit
Nah.
up, yeah.
You know who I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get Bernie the Boxer for
But,
your ass,
but
correct?
he's getting married this weekend, so he got a lot going on. So
He is. I'm in the wedding. I'm in the wedding too.
yeah. So congrats to Bernie. He's getting married this weekend.
The thing that I will say to Chris, congratulations. He just had a child, so I will congratulate him.
Oh yeah, congratulations on
that.
having a child. But he's still a flip flopping ass motherfucker. Like
He's a flip flopper.
oh my god, the way he was writing for Bud like hard, like but he was doing the same thing for Spence before that, but now he's back to, and I'm just like I've been pulling receipts left and right. Let me tell you, I have a nice book of receipts.
Oh, we know you have receipts, honey.
Listen,
Checkmate Boxing said, I really don't understand this Bud and Earl side. It's okay to have a pick, but still fan of both. I'm a fan of both.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of both
too. You
gotta
pick a side. You gotta
we're gonna pick our side.
You know?
Yeah, pick a side season.
Yeah,
you gotta pick a side.
Just like Crystal said, pick a side season. Yes,
pick
yes.
Season.
It is pick a side season. Yes, fan of both, respect them both, but definitely.
But that's what I tell people too. Like you could be a fan of both and not. You could.
See, that's the thing. Christine grew up with Earl and his people, and she friends with us. So it's like she can stay neutral.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's the only one though.
But
she the only one.
But
everybody else.
But I still pick a side.
No, and then what I tell people is that you don't have to put the next man down to be a fan of your guy.
No,
like, you know what I'm saying?
And so, I don't, and I won't put them
but
down.
That's what Corey's doing
boxer
now.
Down.
That's what Corey's doing now that he's back on the Spence team. I'm just like,
guy, stuff they gotta go through, the way they live.
Right a couple of months ago, like, what are you even doing? So yeah, on Sunday I'm gonna lay his ass in the dirt.
I'm gonna listen to it. I might be in the reception with my phone.
I'm gonna listen to it too.
No, but it's on Sunday. When is Bernie getting married? On Friday or Sunday?
At 3. It's Saturday at 3. Oh, it's on Sunday.
It's on Sunday. Yeah, it's
Saturday
on Sunday.
at 3. Let's go, Nika.
Okay, so Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna be digging a grave.
This is what we were talking about earlier. Michael American Sr. said, pick American. Because we were talking about how some people are, oh, he's American, I'm going to pick him, you know. No, we don't do that. We use our boxy brain. That's funny. Okay, so he's getting married on a Sunday?
Yeah. No. Wait, Saturday.
Saturday. But the verses is on Sunday, so yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm definitely going to be tuned in.
I'm clear now. I'm definitely clear now. I'm good. I'm watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
He's so excited to campaign for Spence again. Well, let me tell you. Oh my God. He is so excited. He posted it everywhere on Facebook. Every Facebook boxing group, he posted that thing. thinking he's gonna like do his shit for Spence. I'm like, okay, do you think
do you know the questions already, or are they just hitting you with random questions? Who's moderating it?
There's 2 people that volunteered to moderate it, but I gotta get some more people to volunteer. I don't want anybody who's like biased towards like Spence or but
one or the other.
I want like somebody who's unbiased,
somebody neutral.
I'm gonna ask Jake Donovan if he wants to do it because he said he'll like volunteer.
Oh, that's a great.
He's always unbiased. Like he's always just like fair across the board. So
he would be good. He would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would be really, really good. That's good.
Yeah.
Last words, last shout out. Okay, Red. Shout outs, last words.
Already gave them. Shout out to Crystal. Shout out to L Dub. Shout out to Checkmate Boxing, Lee Groves, everybody who love the sport of boxing and y'all support it, man. Shout out to y'all, man. And my man, what's his name? Cannibalists. Get at me, man. DM me or something like that. We'll figure everything out.
Yes.
That's it, man. I love y'all, man.
Love you. Tell everybody to like, share, subscribe. We're trying to get we're trying to get those, subscriptions up so we can, Get $1 on Cash App.
Christine already has the streaming hours. She just needs the subscriptions on the channel so we can monetize. So subscribe and share so people can subscribe. Okay. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Yes, thank you so much. Nika, last word, shout outs.
Oh, well, you catch me tomorrow on the round table with D Styles. I think at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then on Sunday, I'll be digging a grave for Corey. So don't miss that on my channel at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. So
Hey, let's do a little mock versus so we can get you prepared for this week.
I know he probably watching. I don't want to give none of my things out.
No. Yeah. Don't give anything away.
He is ready.
Away.
He's been doing the most. Doing the most. And he has no shame in being a flip-flopper like that. He has no shame. Like, I could never be going so hard for somebody and then like flip-flop to the other side and then come back like that and then be so proud to even try to debate somebody about it. Are you serious? Okay. All right.
Shout out to Corey. In that body bag, you're gonna get zipped up.
Yeah. I'm putting toe tags on Sunday.
Corey. What you doing, my guy?
Zip them up.
I love y'all. Everybody in the chat, thank you. I appreciate y'all. I mean, it was a good time. Thank you so much for coming on, Red. Unexpectedly. It was awesome. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.